Hi, it's Lori the Armchair Chef. I have some FOs. I finished 3 projects. I got my mystery yarn project done, I got my honeydew bucket list done, and I got my quick and easy project done. So let me pull them out. Let's start with the mystery yarn project. Remember, I got yarn. Now I got it from Justine, and Justine gave me small yarn. It was thinner yarn, some of it, and I'm not familiar with working with it, so I started making a bigger project, and it didn't go as far as I thought it was going to, so I adjusted, changed what I was making. So I was going to start making a shawl, and this is how I started. This is a Bella Coco. Now I don't know, but I'll put the links below and the ones that I started. This started out as the shawl, and then I made it small because I was running out of yarn, so I made it smaller. And then I decided to just trim the edge. I thought, well, I can make a scarf. And I didn't like the way it looked. So I decided to put a hood on it. So I used the gray, and I attached it to the shawl, and it looked nasty. It looked ugly. But when I went up, I decided I put in a section with some texture, some front loop, back loop with the red. Then I did another gray, and then I just finished it off in the red because I used up all the gray. So then I didn't like the way it looked because it looked kind of nasty. So I said, well, let me put a collar on it. Let me try something. So I found a collar tutorial. Now I'm going to link it below. It ended up being a dog collar. Yeah, it's a double layer frilly collar to make for your dog. So that's what I made. I liked the way it curled, so I just did, I think it's like a 3-row repeat or something, and I think I made it a 3-row repeat. So I did a row of double crochet, and then I did a kind of a double V stitch, and then I went ahead and did a shell in the middle. So it made it wavy. It made the collar on it wavy, so it looks like it's cohesive. And I mixed this brown in with the red to do that, so it kind of drew that into there. And then what I had to do is I had to put a cord in it to bring it together to tie. So I put pom-poms on it. I made pom-poms. They were very messy because I used my wool yarn, and they were very messy. I was looking for blanket yarn, but I didn't have any red blanket yarn. So let's put it on, and let's see what happened. Now it does look better back a little bit. So here's the hat. Here's the part with the shawl, and this is the part that ties. So I just did a chain, put the chain through, and there we go. It's hooded, goes around my neck. It's kind of cohesive here, so you can't see the line. And it really matches the sweater, so it's kind of hard to see, but yeah. I could have kept going. I thought about going and putting fur around it, but I thought, you know what? No, it's just enough. I'm probably not going to wear it anyway. but it's not bad. It's warm, and I put the little tie thingies on it. It stays closed, and yeah, it's not bad. So this is my mystery yarn challenge project with the yarn that Justine gave me. So what do you think, Justine? Did I oh, and the only reason I bought I did buy more yarn, but it was just to do this because I was running out and I had to do 2 rows. So I just bought a little bit of red just to finish that up. So yeah, so what do you think? I didn't do the pom-pom because I have this down here, and I thought, okay. So I'm gonna have to Have to get a screenshot here with the thing. It does look better back. So I was thinking maybe of just pinning it back, you know, permanently. I was thinking of it because it does do better. I was thinking about tacking it, you know, just tacking it back. It would be better. So I may do that later because it does stay out of your face. So, okay. Alrighty. That is that one. Let me hold that up in case I want to add another shot. Okay. Now, my quick and easy project is supposed to be a ear warmer. It was from Jada and Stitches, and it was 4 rows of brick stitch. And what that is you do like a chain, and then the next row is like a double crochet into the chain, and you just do that like 3 or 4 times, and you're done. And she did a gather in the middle and then put a flower on it. So it was very, very quick. I used the yarn that I had left over from November's project. The brown, the pink, and the variegated, and the white. I had it all sitting in a box, and I said, oh, I can use that. So I just used that. Well, you know, Sandy, you can appreciate this. Things I start never turn out the way they're supposed to. You know, you can laugh at mine. I didn't really laugh at yours, not a lot anyway, but this is typical. When I did my chains, I did 63, and then you have to put it together. I went through that 3 times, 4 times, and it ended up twisted anyway. So I decided to keep going because Crystal made a shawl or a cowl that had a natural twist in it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to have a Mobius head wrap. And I do. And it turned out. So check this out. This did not turn out bad at all. I just kept going, and it covers my ears, and it has the twist in the front, and it looks like it belongs that way. Isn't that kind of cool? Pretty neat. And I decided not to close the top because I don't really want it a hat, but yeah. So, and the original project, yes, it was quick and it was easy. It was user error. I do know there are tricks out there to get the chain so it doesn't twist. You do like 10 stitches and then you put your hook through the end one, and then you just keep going on it so that you know it's not going to be twisted when you pull it through. So yeah, I do know that's out there, but I just was, you know, I wasn't making this for anybody. It was just going to be for me. And so yeah, so I guess it could be a cowl. That's when I decided to keep going, because I said, you know what, this can go over my head. It will go over my head. Now, the one Crystal did went over the shoulders, but this is okay. And then, you know, go to the grocery store or something. I like to keep my ears covered. There. So, yeah. It looks a little funky right now, but what I did was I started with the variegated. It was going to be on the bottom, and then I was going to do the bricks in the other colors. Well, I ended up being able to do both of them because when you went around, it did both sides at the same time. So I'm like, okay. Now the middle, because of the chain on the bottom, the middle kind of pulls. So if this is to be used all the time, it should be stitched so that's a little tighter in the middle, because when I went around the opposite side and ended up pulling it. So this probably I should go around with this and just take some yarn and do some stitching on that just to get it to stay close so it doesn't pull so much. So yeah, that would be my quick and easy ear warmer. And that was Jade and Stitches, the brick ear warmer. I'll have a link to that below. It turned out nice. This is the yarn that I used. Believe I got, oh, was this from Teresa? I think it was from Teresa or Scott, because I didn't I get the bag in November. I think I got the bag with the yarn in it. And I actually don't remember, but I did have yarn left over because this is the one where I made the hoodie. And so I had some left and I made that. Now, Grandma's blanket. Okay. I can't sit on a dog, but I got oh, there's an end. No, there's not. Okay. I thought I got all the ends in. Okay, Grandma's blanket. This was Grandma's blue blanket. So, started out doing a granny. I started out the blue and brown together. Then I did double crochet. Then I did the brown and the white. Then I did some V-stitches. Then I did the fuzzy. And then I did the variegated. And then I decided to do the white blanket yarn. And my border, I did the blue yarn with the white balls and the sparkle yarn, the twinkle. I got a skein of Big Twist Twinkle when I was there getting all my yarn. And so I mixed that with the blue. And I did the same stitch on this that I did. The last 2 rows are exactly the same as I did on the collar, the dog collar. So it made it really, really frilly. So let me stand up and we'll see how big this got. I did lay it on me. It's very heavy because it's all double strand, but I did lay it on me, and it goes from side to side just enough. Like if you want to put it on a recliner, it's kind of a recliner blanket because you don't want too much if you're going to sit in a recliner or something. You don't want it getting on the floor so it trips you. So yeah. This is on the floor right now. That was on the floor. And so that's how it did go that high. So what I did on the ends, so the ends wouldn't get bigger, is I just did the blue in 1 row of variegated. And what I did was on the edges, I went out 3 rows of variegated and 3 rows of white. So I had done like 6 more rows on the sides. And I did a variegated around the edge to blend it in. But the white I only did on the edges, and then the border I went around and did the whole thing. And I just did regular double crochet on the end. And then when I got back to the other side, I ran out of white. So I found some blue that I was using for something else. And it's just bright blue and dark blue. And then I saved a little bit of the white and just used that on the end. So they're both on either side of the blanket, so it doesn't matter, and it's for me. So, but yeah, it makes it really frilly and pretty cool. So this is my version, my grandmother's blanket, and this took way too long for me to stay interested in it, but I did finish it up. So this next one, I am going to do it like in a square. I think a spiral square with purple and another color. Because I did the spiral before, I think in October's challenge. October or September, I did it, the shrug in a spiral. But the colors were really close to each other. So this time I'm going to make it more of a contrast. And do that. So yeah, this is my grandmother's blanket. Well, this is my version of my grandmother's for my honeydew list. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna add a video onto the back of this where I did the drawing to pick my new projects, so you'll be able to see what I'm gonna make. And okay, stay tuned for that. Okay, it's time to pick my new projects. This is my honeydew bucket. Since I finished my blanket, this is my honeydew bucket, things that I wanted to do. Either what was on my list was either yarns I wanted to work with, projects I wanted to make, So I wrote them on papers, put them in here, and when I pull out, I'm going to work on. So the last one was the grandmother's blanket. So let's pull something out and see what our project is going to be. Okay, yeah, there was one I pulled out, and I decided there was no way I was going to do it because I had good intentions, which was that silk yarn, that recycled sari. I couldn't figure out what to do with it. Oh my God. Oh. Grandma's purple blanket. Oh my God, can I get away from doing blankets for a minute? Oh, okay. Well, this one won't be hard because I know exactly what I'm doing. It's a purple granny square, and when I get my stuff together, I'll dig it out and I'll show it to you. It's just a bunch of purple granny squares, but I'm not going to make a bunch of granny squares. I'm going to just do one big granny square. Grandma's purple blanket. Gonna do that. Now, the Thursday make-along that the girls are doing, this March, they pulled out pillows. Well, I don't really want to make a pillow, but I would like to make that owl basket that everybody made. So I may work on that when I get bored with the blanket. That's something I might work on. And then, you know, it'll be a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks before I find out what my next Mystery Yarn Challenge package is going to be. So I'll have time to get some other stuff done. Now, let's do my quick and easy project because I finished that. And it actually was very quick. So I have a list on my computer that I made, a playlist. Is this public? Yeah, it is. You guys can go look at it. It's a public list. It's called Quick and Easy. And what I did was I did a search on YouTube for quick and easy crochet projects. Initially, it was just hats, but I went back out and I looked for anything that was quick and easy, the world's fastest, the easiest, you know. So, and then I put stuff up there. Things from hats to slippers to baskets to blankets, blanket stitches where I may not make a blanket. I may make a scarf. I won't make a whole blanket if it ends up being like a stitch, a fast stitch. So I'll probably make a scarf out of it. So, or I could just start doing squares and then put them all together. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to ask Echo. I have 233 videos on this playlist. And every time I take one off, I just go out and do a search and see what I got and put some more on there. Because, you know, everybody's coming up with quick and easy stuff now. Pick a number between 1 and 233.
Here's a number between 1 and 233. It's 213.
Okay, let's go to the bottom and I'll count up.
And this time I sorted them by most popular. So the one on top got 6.8 million views 5 years ago. Then the next one got 4.1 million views. That'd be Blossom and Bella Coco. They're very popular. So, okay, let's go down to the bottom. So I only have to count up 20 from the bottom. That makes it so much easier. Is this really the bottom? Yeah, there's stuff here with only 41 views. So basically the popularity was how many views it got. Well, if they've just been put up, they don't have a lot of views. So, okay, let's count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a hat.
By Kristen Omdahl. Oh, wow. Textured crochet hat and cowl set. Let me see if I can show you. There we go. Textured crochet hat and cowl set, number 4. Worsted, and number 6, super bulky yarn options. By Kristen Omdahl. See? Honey Rose textured crochet hat video. Easy for beginners, quick and super bulky. Okay, now I know I have bulky yarns, so that won't be a problem. Alrighty, let me save that. into my I Made It playlist, because that's where I go look for the stuff that I've made so I can find it again. Otherwise, I may forget where it's at. Let's save that. We'll take it out of Quick and Easy and we'll put it in I Made This. Alrighty. So I've got 2 projects ready to go. And that's all I need. So stay tuned for more. Okay, I just found some yarn that I'm going to use for the grandma bag, or the grandma blanket. I need purple. So I have an anniversary cake that's just purple. And this is perfect. I'm going to make a big granny, but I don't like the open granny. I might look for another granny stitch because I've seen others called dirty granny and tipsy granny and other types of grannies. So I might shake it up a little bit because, you know, I can't do anything normal. But this is so nice and soft. And this is probably from the first, might be from the first year. This is a 6, so this should work up really good. 1,000 yards. This will make a really nice blanket. And I'm just going to do a square till I'm out, and then I'll probably find some way to put a border on it. Because I did go take a look at some of my yarn, and I would really have to do some digging to find some purple, and this is perfect because this should work up good, and I'm just mindlessly going in circles. So this will be fine for Grandma's purple blanket. Now the other one, I believe I need a 6, and I just got all those, so I'm going to take a look at them and see how much yardage I need. So okay, stay tuned for updates. Thank you. Bye.